Hi ladies, so this is going to be a quick tutorial on a very quick basic look using all Younique products. The first thing you'll want to do is to apply your glorious primer. Primer evens out the skin and also fills in any fine lines. The next thing I'm doing is I'm applying the Mineral Touch Foundation, Cream Touch Foundation. I make sure I get a nice, even appearance to my foundation. And I apply extra wherever I may need a little extra cover, like underneath my eyes. I also make sure that with the foundation that I not only put it on my face, but I also will end up putting it on my neck as well, so that the tone of my face matches the tone of my neck. Next, I use the Younique Mineral Concealer. I have brushes that I apply my makeup with. The brush I use in a moment is the incorrect brush. That brush is actually a MAC brush and it's for concealer, but it's liquid concealer, so oops on me. I should be using a different brush than that. But I apply the concealer to problem areas like where I have acne scars and underneath the eye. I blend in the concealer and then I apply a little bit of the Touch powder foundation to get a more even coverage. Next, I apply the Beach Front Bronzer. I take this and put it in place of my blush, so I put on the apples of my cheeks. I put it underneath my jawline to create a natural shadow, on the tip of my nose, on my temples, and this will create the illusion of a sun-kissed look if you have not been out in the sun, which I obviously have not. Next, I applied the Splurge Cream eyeshadow, and I apply it with the cream shadow brush. I apply it to the entire eye, and put a little bit extra on the brow area. This is a beautiful champagne color, champagne shimmer. I also take the Splurge Cream Shadow, which is actually in the color Elegant, and I put it in the inner corners of my eye to make my eyes pop. I put powder back over this because the next step I'm about to take, which is I take my bronzer and put it on my lid to give my eyes a little bit more dimension. I'm now going to be lining my eye in the dark brown precision pencil in Proper. I typically start at the beginning of my lash line. I do not go all the way to the inner corner of my eye. But I start at the beginning of my lash line and extend outward. Again, applying the pressed powder. I then go ahead and fill in my brows with the Prim Precision Pencil. I just fill them in. I don't line them. Helps to define my brows to give a nice frame to my face. Now I'll be applying the 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. I apply the transplanting gel. One trick you can do is you can actually take the brush and you can wiggle it through your lashes. I've learned this gives you a more even coat actually. Now the next thing you end up doing is end up applying the tea tree fibers, which I'm not doing yet. Actually, yes I am. So that's step 2 actually. Step 3 is, well, I let it sit actually, and then I go into my next eye. And I put the transplanting gel in the next eye, and then I go ahead and top that with the tea tree fibers as well. I typically let the eyes set with the fibers on them first, and then I'll put on my final coat of the transplant gel afterwards. So it's 3 steps: transplant gel, tea tree fibers, and the sealing coat of the transplant gel as well. A trick with the transplanting gel as well is on the final coat, the 3rd coat, it is a good idea to go ahead and coat from the top of the lashes too, to seal in the fibers not only from the bottom of the lash going up, but also on the top of the eyelash as well. One of my favorite things about this mascara is actually the volume it creates in the lashes. For me, that's what makes the mascara really stand out. So now I'm applying the transplant gel to the bottom of the lashes, and I'm following it up with a very light coat at the tips of the lashes with the tea tree fibers. I go ahead and I'll seal it with my transplant gel as well on the bottom. I do not apply a lot to the bottom because I do not want spider eyes. I curl my lashes. Sometimes I need to, sometimes I do not. Sometimes they will actually curl on their own, especially if you go ahead and apply the transplant gel from the top. I also use my brow and comb brush to comb out any areas that may clump at all. And I'm actually going to be applying the Splurge Cream Shadow in Elegant to the inside waterline of my eye. This will also actually help create some pop to my eye. Some finishing touches with the cream shadow. And the last thing I add is my Luxe lip gloss, which is an absolutely beautiful pink nude. And voila, there you have it. A very easy look to do.